Hi there, I'm Martin Roe, owner of Star-Flite Stainless from Nottingham. Started the business about 10 years ago to manufacture a variety of different products, and from that we've come up with our Star-Flite range of stainless. The difference between our stainless and everybody else's is that ours is 100% made in Britain. It is hand finished, it's polished, and it's 100% built by myself, my wife and a couple of other guys that work very hard with us to produce what is an extremely well crafted product at the end of the day. We're here this weekend at Sapphire Lakes up in Newark, Nottinghamshire. We've got a team consultant weekend. It's a bit of a social, a little bit of business, but there's a bit of fishing going on as well. Every now and then we get the team together so we can bounce ideas around amongst ourselves, come up with the new ones, iron out a few issues if we ever have them. But basically it's a case of just getting together, enjoying some time on the bank and on the social.
My name's Mike Madeley. I've been fishing for about 20 years now, carp fishing, and I absolutely love it from the day I started right to now. I've recently been made up to consultant for Star-Flite, which I'm very privileged to be part of. As you can see from my setup, this is a Star-Flite gear. It's a 3-rod setup, but I'm only fishing 2 rods today due to the nature of my swim. Sometimes less is more. Not only does it look the part, it actually does what it's meant to do, which is, to me, what matters the most. Looks are sort of secondary. As you can see, you know, what I love about this gear is the way it locks. You adjust your bank stick, use these little levers here to lock it in position, a little turn, and it's absolutely solid. A lot of gear I've used previous to this, it used to slide a little bit, which wasn't really what I wanted. The best thing about carp fishing for me is the people you meet. There are some wrong uns, as we all know, but generally, absolutely, it's a pleasure to know a lot of lads I've met along the way.
Hi everyone, my name's Darren. I'm a consultant for Star-Flite Stainless. I've been fishing for about 20 years now, carp fishing possibly about 9 years. Best thing I like about carp fishing is that the buzz, the adrenaline, not knowing what you're going to catch, having to find them and the big challenge. Today I'm fishing at Sapphire Lakes in Newark. I'm fishing peg 13 at the bottom end, pretty deep down here. As soon as I got here, I had a look around and noticed a lot of people were chucking leads in and, you know, trying to find the spots. I was doing the same, but as soon as I found my spots, I decided to put a couple of 2 to 3 key spread over my 3 rods. And then after that, I just decided to just leave the swim, let the fish come in, you know, give them half a day or so to just come in and eat what they want to eat. And then basically, I didn't put my rods in till roughly about 7 o'clock last night. But luckily enough, at about 3:30 this morning, I managed to bank a mid-common on my left-hand rod, and then on my right-hand rod at 8:30 this morning, I managed to bank a nice scaly mirror at about 15 £8. I've got with me today the Star-Flite S3 pod. I've got the buzz bars 8.5 back and 11.5 front, just so it gives me that fan shape and just gives me a bit more room at the front of my rods. The best thing I like about it is that it's super solid. The bank sticks are dead sharp, so you don't have to push too much. As long as it's good ground, they'll go straight in. The other best thing I like about it is that the locking mechanism, you've got some little keys with it. As soon as you turn that once, it doesn't twist, it doesn't move, and it's basically rock solid.
my name's Tim and I'm the media manager for Star-Flite Stainless. I've been doing this since April this year and I really enjoy it. I manage all the Facebook pages and Instagram for Star-Flite and control all the catch reports and Throwback Thursdays for Instagram. We're here today at Sapphire Lakes in Newark. Fortunately I bagged one last night actually. It was around £17 but we didn't wait. The tactics I was using was PVA bags simply because it's quite weedy out there. Inside here we've got basically pallets and crushed up nature's baits on a simple blowback rig, and that did the business. Okay, we're here on a social with the rest of the Star-Flite consultants and it's only a small lake, so I've opted for the 2-rod stainless setup this time because I thought 3 rods would be too much lines in the water. We're also using the stabilisers because the ground's quite soft and I didn't want the rods to be pulled forward any if we was to get a violent take. I'm also using the Star-Flite reel mat because the ground's quite dirty and if we have any rain I didn't want to ruin my reels. Plus it looks tarty, we're all a bit tarty when we can do, aren't we? Okay, that was my products and tactics that I'm using this weekend. We've still got another 24 hours left, hopefully we'll bag another one, and if we do I'll catch you later.
Hi, my name's Dave. I'm a consultant for Star-Flite. I'm more of an area consultant than anything. Look after the areas of Kent, Sussex, Surrey, Essex, most of the southeast area really. Started off doing the shows for Star-Flite last year. We started off at Sandown. First time I actually got to meet Martin and Wendy, and to be honest we kind of hit it off straight away. Since then went on to do most of the other shows of the early part of the year and got offered a consultancy towards the end of it where I actually got the part of like the area consultant. But I love the gear, to be honest. I can't fault it. It's solid. The locking mechanism, the Trent lock on it it's just unbelievable. The amount of times over the years where I've actually pulled stuff out of the ground and the bottom part of the bank stick stayed in, and it can just be an absolute mare. But with the Trent lock, because it's got the pin on it, it just seems to work really well. I'm using the 3-rod setup this weekend, but I've got the 2-rod set up, the pod, and a few other rods and sods as well that they do. The pod, like that, the whole locking mechanism just proves it. I mean, with the pod, I set it up the other day, fully extended the bars and jumped up and down on top of it. The only thing that broke was me where I fell off it, but it's just quality gear. You just can't fault it, and for the price and the fact it's actually made in England, like that's one of the things that swung it for me.
Hi, I'm Simon Terrell. I'm fishing at Sapphire Lakes. I've been invited up with Dave Blackie to fish the Star-Flite consultant weekend. I first come about Star-Flite Stainless, looking for a new product that was what I was after. You know, the looks, the stability, the quality at a reasonable price. Looked to purchase my first lot. You know, sticks, bank sticks, stabilisers. Got talking to some of the lads. Dave then asked if I wanted to do a bit of promotion for promotional work. It's gone from there, but as regarding their stainless, value for money you can't beat, the looks you can't beat, the quality of the product is second to none, the locking mechanisms they use, the finish on the metalware they use, it's got to be one of the best products on the market by far. As for my swim choice, you know, happy with my swim. You know, the weather's changed, overcast weather. A little bit of wind pushing into the bay, so it's looking good for a bite. Hopefully I'll nab one before the end of the session.
Hi, my name's Andy Parr and you join me here today on Peg 5 at Sapphire Lakes. I'm an area consultant for Star-Flite after joining the team 12 months ago. So today I'm using the 3-rod setup in 10-inch front and backs, but predominantly I do use the stage stands due to the areas that I fish, the waters that I fish, they're mainly 90% boards. So to talk to you a little bit more about the stage stands and how they work, you've got the same Trent lock mechanism that's on the back, that's a non-slip, that's painted to Star-Flite, and you've also got a little stumpy stick that fits inside, which makes everything neat and tidy. I think the main thing about this product and its versatility in using is the integrated screw in the bottom. There's no more carrying screwdrivers and having to carry extra things when you need it. Everything's integrated within the bottom, and it's simple and easy to put together and get your alarms lined. So tactics, I've moved over to solid bags as the other consultants have been quite successful on that approach. So hopefully throughout this evening and tonight it'll bank me a few more fish.
Smith.
And I'm Lee May.
Star-Flite Stainless team members.
And we're here today at Sapphire Lakes in Newark to do a bit of filming for the Star-Flite team and to talk about some of their products.
We haven't been able to do much fishing because we've been filming, but we got 2 rods out last night. We was fishing 1 rod each, wasn't we?
Yeah, a bit match style with the tactics, helping each other out, finding the spots, making up the bags while one's playing around, you know.
And then early this morning, left-hand rod rattled off. And it was a beautiful 17-pound common, wasn't it?
It
Absolutely pristine. Not the biggest common in the lake, but when they look like that, you can't
not be impressed.
You can't not be impressed. What a gorgeous fish!
Yeah, stunning fish. And it was taken to a 10mm virus pop-up, a hole in the weed with PVA bag, crushed boilies, and a little scattering of pellets in there.
Just cast to the edge of the reed, wasn't it?
So accurately in the little hole in the weed. There's quite a little siltweed on the bottom, and as Paul said, it ripped off a few hours into the early hours of the morning.
It's a beautiful sapphire fish. They're very dark fish in here, and when that bronze colour of that common, I can't help but be impressed. So I've got my 3 rods set up with me, but we say we're only fishing 1 rod each. I've got the 12-inch bank sticks and the 12-inch buzz bars. We've got 1 rod each fishing on that. But I believe, Lee, you prefer something different.
Yeah, I prefer the goalpost setup. I've got exactly the same stainless as Paul, but I've got the goalpost versions. I prefer a little bit more flexibility in my adjustments with mine, so I can adjust each bank stick as I choose to get the right level and height that I want, whereas Paul likes it to be stable using the stabilisers.
Yeah, I like the stabilisers.
With the single bank stick front and back. There's a lot of variation that you can do with a lot of their products, but the quality, I must say, second to none. We was asked by Andy Parr to come on the team.
Yep, and
he showed us the products. What more can I say? Great products at a reasonable price, and not look back since joining.
No, you say you only have to hold the products, and you know you can feel the quality in them. I love stainless steel in my fishing, and I've tried other brands, but the moment I got my hands on this, there's just no going back, is there?
No.
British made as well, so you can't knock it. It's gorgeous kit.
Our passion at Star-Flite is to design, develop and deliver affordable, stylish bagware that everybody can enjoy for many, many years to come.